Hi, everybody. It's meteorologist Joe Chaffee on this Monday, and we've got this ice storm that's still raging across parts of the central and now into the northern plains and extending even further north from there into the upper Midwest. So this has been quite the interesting situation, getting some snow now on the backside of this as some colder air works in. But this is going to be the weather system that eventually comes into the eastern states with some rain. We have a relatively benign weather week ahead with respect to winter weather in our part of the woods. High is going to be with us all day today, so the weather is going to be nice and fine and sunny, but there will be some clouds later on. But just want to show you here on the latest radar. Let me make sure this is the latest one, and it is. And you can see that this spin here, this low pressure center, both at the surfaces and aloft, is lifting up to the northeast, and we've got that area of precipitation, be it rain, freezing rain, and some snow on the western side. That extends in kind of an east-west fashion past Chicago into western Michigan, and you've got some rain and some showers and thunderstorms extending southward through the middle Mississippi Valley. So that really kind of is the one dominant feature on the radar. There really isn't too much else happening when you look on either coast. It's very quiet, just kind of stands out like a sore thumb right in the middle. So, let's take you through the week. First off, this low is going to lift up northeast and then turn eastward. High pressure builds up in southeastern Canada and over Labrador and wedges down. So you kind of get a little bit of a redevelopment here, and that area of rain goes out. There's no cold air anywhere in the United States except for in the interior New England, where you see a little bit of snow. Now, in the west, you got this storm that's coming into the west, another major rain and snow producer from Washington all the way down to Southern California. This is going to be another big drought denter and system that produces snow on the order of a couple of feet in the mountains of northwestern California, and also going into, northeastern California, and also eastern and southeastern California as you go inland. So that's another big bonus for them. Meanwhile, here in the east, a piece of the weather system coming into the west moves east for later in the week, and then that lifts up, and we still have very little cold air except for northernmost New England, and then, of course, in the Intermountain West. All the cold air still locked away well to the north. And yet another system comes in to the west on late in the week and early next week with another big round of rain and wet snows and another drought denter. And here we have low pressure from the previous one that starts to intensify and kind of just meanders around. And we're going to have a bit of a blocking pattern setting up in the atmosphere all this week and into next weekend. So as a result, these lows are going to want to translate more east and lift northward, especially with the big high to the north. I mean, this could be a windswept soaking rain for the northeast early next week. And then that goes by, and it's at this point that we start to see a colder look. But I just want to caution a couple of people, as I picked up on a few things with regards to this, when we go to this pattern change idea, which I think is going to happen. But, one of the problems at the moment, and I want to show you here in terms of the 2-meter temperatures. Take a look at what's going on, and I'm going to back this up, okay? If you look across Canada through much of this week and beyond, temperatures in Canada are running well above normal. And even though the upper air pattern begins to change as we go late in the period, its first job is to actually replace all that above normal air. So in reality, even though the upper air pattern suggests that it will be cold, it may not be that cold, and that modified air is going to translate down into the east. So what I'm saying is, if you look at how the structure of the upper air pattern is, this would be a pattern that suggests colder than normal temperatures in the east. But because the air initially in Canada is warm, that air gets displaced first. It's not really all that cold, so it may take some time, if as long as the jet stream pattern holds up with a flow out of Canada, it may take some time for that cold air to actually work itself into the equation. Now, as far as the runs are concerned from last night, they still remain very consistent. This is really kind of remarkable. There hasn't been too much change. You still have this blocking up to the north. Eventually, it displaces the jet further south with a cold flow, and here we have it late in the period, kind of a split flow here. There is cold air trying to come down from out of Canada, trough here in the eastern part of the United States, and one off the west coast. I think the overall look here suggests that as we go into the very end of January and the beginning of February, we're going to transition over into a colder and more wintertime pattern. That does not mean we take things to their natural Armageddon conclusion, by the way. Just because that happens doesn't mean, we're talking big snowstorms or anything like that in terms of specifics. Yeah, it'll be wintry, but again, there's nothing that says that there's nothing in the rule book that says it can't be cold and dry. Also, nothing in the rule book that says it can't be cold and stormy. So we're just going to keep focusing ahead. It's a quiet start to the week, so we'll keep the video a little short today, and we'll put up some posts on the website, meteorologistjoechaffee.com. Download my weather app, subscribe to my forecast. They're just $1 a month. That's for New York, New Jersey, Long Island, Connecticut, Hudson Valley, and Eastern Pennsylvania. And again, I want to explain with respect to the app, it's not a computer-driven map with not a computer-driven app with icons. Okay, it's actually me, human being, writing a forecast for you and giving you my thoughts and giving you my perspective on the long range. So it's up to you if you'd like. It's just $1 a month. And you can click on the link that comes up on the card here on the video. And if you've watched the video this long and like it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's free, always will be free. And this way you get notifications when new videos come up. Everybody have a great Monday and enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend if you're off today. And we will talk to you tomorrow.